Welcome everybody. I'm just gonna get my mic, everything in set right now. Make sure my little poof thing is here. And check the audio. Make sure everything's going just right. Alright, I think that should be working. No peanut butter sounds. So those of you joining me today, I'll be playing some quick play matches with the Greenskins, getting some practice in here. I've been having kind of a drought in some videos lately, and that's because I've been playing a lot of other things, mainly getting ready for a D&D session nearby, and unfortunately that takes a lot of time to get prepped. So when I have to do one thing, I have to unfortunately cut on the other thing. So that's what streams are useful for, though. You just like, no editing, you just go in there, you play. I believe the audio is working. It's working on my phone at least. Alright. Okay, I guess we should start now. But yeah, today I am playing the Greenskins. When I first started playing Total War Warhammer, Greenskins was probably the faction that like jumped out me, probably in combination with Chaos first and second, because they wow, we found a match straight away. Let's see what kind of match we get into. But like, I love the Greenskins thematically with their whole barbarian wah, very Cockney accent kind of play. It's very fun for me. Alright, so when I play a lot of... I will be, if people like auto-lock on me and only give me 60 seconds, I will be leaving because that's not fun to me. But let's see, a lot of times when I play Greenskins, people usually pick like Lizardmen. Oh, this person's actually say hello. Versus the Empire matchup, I'm probably going to go with Warzag. I'll keep him on foot so he doesn't get sniped by Franz so easily, but let's get the spells I need. Gaze of Mork, Brain Bursta. I actually don't think I will need Foot of Gork here. Let's get the Bonewood Staff and Squiggly Beast because that's the whole reason you take Warzag. Fists of Gork. Let's get, here we go. First matchup into the Empire. Well, we don't really need a very good line to be able to beat them. Orc boys should be able to do it. I'll bring 2 units of Black Orcs because I know a lot of people like to bring their pretty much anti-cavalry units along with anti-infantry. He's ready when I... Thanks, man. Alright, so Black Orcs are pretty good in this matchup, I would say, and I'll have some good fashion Orc Airboy play. But I need to protect them, so let's go with Nasty Skulkers, because they have the Smoke Bomb ability, which is very useful. And, do I need Squig Herds or anything? I know for a fact 4 Scalping Spider Riders are going to be really good in pinning in those cavalry units that can be very dangerous for me. Running a little low. Let's see here. Night Goblins. I should probably add more leadership. Here's the thing though, you really only need Vindictive Glare. And I like to bring the Night Goblin with the passive so I can reduce his healing rate for Franz, or if he brings any other lore. And let's get in a big boss as well, to be kind of a protector of Warzag. Although he'll lose to Franz, like, quite, like, very easily, actually. And I think I need more mass. So protect from Franz. We have plenty of Orc boys. And then let's go with... Do I need Orc Biggins in this matchup that much? I feel like, unless he goes with Empire Cav, like, Demigryphs just destroy him regardless. Let's go with the Night Gobos. Nasty Skulker should do well here. And I think I'm just going to add more mass. So one of those. And 375, what should that be? Hey Nate, how you doing, man? That's perfect amount for Goblin Archers, but let's not do that. You know what? I'm rethinking this. I'm going to bring 2 Goblin Wolf Riders here. 3. Because just in case my opponent goes into Pistolier play, which I think this will be really good against Pistolier play, as long as I have some supporting archers as well. And with that, I'll bring in I have a little extra funds for that. And I bring the ROR Unbreakable Goblins just to support. Just a little bit money left. I'll chevron up these guys. I'm doing great, Bob. Maybe I can be a little bit more efficient with my money by bringing the Skulkers. Yeah, that way I only have 5. Quack, quack, Mr. Rubber Duck of War. And let's start this. First of all, let me say thank you for waiting. Thanks for waiting. So guys, for those of you watching Mr. Rubber Duck of War, I know he does this all the time on his streams when I stop by, but he always advertises my channel, which I'm always happy. But now it's my turn to advertise his channel. If you are a subscriber of mine and you like Warhammer, Total War, anything of those strategy sorts, I think he plays even like Stronghold, or he thought about playing Stronghold and maybe some other streams as that. Please subscribe to him. Now, see, here's the mission playing as Greenskins. Let's just try not to get sniped by Karl Franz and lose, what's his name? Warzag in the first maybe 3 minutes of the game. That's essentially how I play Greenskins right now. Every time I verse a good player, they're just like, goodbye, Lord, and I'm just like, well, that sucks. Hopefully I can get some good roots on them and then use the smoke bomb. I'm going to play a little more defensively. Actually, it's really kind of odd. When I play Greenskins, like, everyone thinks of like the great infantry rush. But like, funnily enough, like, your skills in defending your archers is extremely important. Now the first load's going to take a little bit here, because I'm not sure why, but my solid state drive, it needs to warm up. The first load takes a little bit extra. But as long as we're okay, we should be fine. Yep, the map's loaded up. Let's start with our formation. I personally like to group my units by importance if they're single target, like this. And then the rest, front line, everything can be in a group together. Let's see. I heavily outnumber my opponent because I'm a Greenskin. Of course I do.
Boys! What you want? Ready to bash?
Always put your units off of guard mode and skirmish mode. Oh, wait, onto guard mode and off of skirmish mode. It just makes it way easier for me to control them. Now my unbreakable, I guess I'll put them in the center, because just in case they have a breakthrough when they do some cavalry charges. But really the important play here is get these nasty skulkers to each defend. Why can't I deploy there? Thank you. Along with some goblin play.
Dice can't defeat me.
I guess I'll keep, actually, you know what? The unbreakable goblin unit will be kind of the, what's it called? The bodyguard unit for my leadership, because I know for a fact that they're probably going to go after that. let's go group these guys together so they can fire together and have the front line along with the Black Orcs grouped up.
We're the Green Tide. Ready?
The lights are ready.
With the
Wolf Riders.
Wolf Riders in front because they'll get shot, but make sure to screen out any sort of pistolier play that my opponent will have. Is everything ready? I have my good old effigy of the Git for those plays. I think I'm happy, and let's start your play.
Green Prophet.
What does he have here? He has Spearmans, he has Great Swords, which I expected, so that's why I brought the Black Orcs. He has Spearmen as well. He has the Unbreakable Sigmar's Sons, great choice, and I believe that's a cannon, so I should be moving up very quickly.
Right in.
Now I don't actually see any... I don't see any play of Pistoliers, so I'm just going to be shooting at Karl Franz with my good old Knight Gobos. Oh, he has Huntsman. Huntsman, no, we're not dealing with that.
We the war.
Great Warzag.
Running.
Make sure everyone runs in formation while I still protect the back line. Let's keep these little spider riders into the woods. Huntsmen are actually extremely dangerous against these kind of units.
Wolf Riders. Moving fast. Running.
But I know for a fact I'll pretty much always win the front line engagement here.
Boys.
So let's make it... I'm going to be very important here. You make sure the Black Orcs actually engage upon the Great Swords, and my good old boys just fight the Spearmen. They'll win that every single time.
Goblins.
Boys.
Now they're going to be firing at my boys. That's okay.
Ready to bash. Let's get some.
With some play. I'm not even going to bother charging at the Huntsmen because I know they're just going to run away from that. Now let's get some good counter archer fire.
Stabbers ready. Running. We is Gobos.
Boston.
Where's Karl Franz heading to? He's heading to the edges. That's okay. Let's keep them occupied.
Where's the scrap?
You first. Running. Goblin.
Now, my left flank seems to be a little bit more open, more condensed. Can't forget my big boss. Don't want that to happen.
Who wants ya?
Now, I believe he's getting some cavalry action here. Let's get some archers, along with a good... Is the engagement happening yet? Some good damage. I don't want to pop wall quite yet until this specific engagement goes. Let's go. So I've taken out the Empire Knights with the good effigy of the Git.
Running.
Let's make sure everyone's doing all right. How is my flank over here on the right going? My good old Goblin Knight are going there and get that smoke bomb in. Come on, charge him. Yeah, charge him.
What? Moving fast. What? Ready to blast me. Moving fast.
Boys.
Running.
There's a lot of Empire Knights on this flank. Let me see what's going on here. Where are my goodos? You can charge these guys off the edge.
Nasty
Now my
skulkers.
good old archers, let's get into here.
Shifting. I understand.
Running.
Boston.
Where's my brain burster? I need to get my melee attack up here.
Likes it.
They got the fear. Running.
Let's get a good old...
Gonna kill 'em.
Alright, we need to keep this archer line alive, be firing at these archers. Hopefully I can get this good smoke bomb on another charge. Where is Big Boss? Big Boss, keep along with this guy. I'm being overwhelmed a little bit here.
Let's get
I won the great sword fight. Let's have another smoke bomb over here to keep these Empire Cav in place.
Nasty skulkers.
Keep the Empire Cav in place. Now I need to run back here.
Running. Nice one.
Where is going on here? I have some units in the back that I believe should be coming back.
Wolf Riders.
Let's keep him firing on Franz. He is going for the good old-fashioned gank, which I suspected.
Shifting. Boston.
All right, he's running away. Warzak took a little bit of damage there, but my Black Orc should be okay. Where is this going?
This is it.
Let's get back here.
Let's scrap. Running.
Come on, come on. Keep on fighting these guys. Get this cavalry out of the field. My Goblin Big Boss is actually dealing quite a bit of damage to Karl Franz. Something I don't expect very often. How's my backline going? We've got Spearmen in here, but that's something my good old guys can do just fine. Goblin Big Boss, you're fighting him? Alright, good stuff. Let's get a good gaze of Mork on this guy.
No for nasty.
60. Austin.
The land's all busy.
Balance of power is actually not in my favor. Let's try to bring this back. It's these huntsmen. I need to get some backline pressure on these huntsmen. Come back here, little orcs. Let me look a good overall play. I have good old... I don't even know where... I chased them off the battlefield, I'm assuming.
Run, boys. Me spills
My
are
Goblin
ready.
Big Box is starting to rout. Let's see here. Everyone get back into the battlefield. We are the Greenskin boys.
Moving fast.
Bring it. I is invincible.
Let's try to get another Brain Burster to get that sweet, sweet passive. Does a decent amount of damage to the Huntsman.
Where's the scrap? Moving fast.
Let's see, where are my frontline units all around? So they're all running back. They're kind of hurt. My Black Orc's actually taking a beating from the Empire attack charges. Do I have any smoke bombs left? Yes, I do.
Come on, lads.
Here we go. Here we go. Run, boys. Ooh, the power.
You know, did my opponent even bring their... Where is
Nice
his
goblin,
magic?
Simon.
Alright, let's protect the Lord here. Run away, run away.
Take that.
Austin. Gonna enjoy this.
Here's better than them. Wolf Riders. Stab up.
Let's get the Spider Riders into the flanks. Where is my front line going?
Where's he?
I have some units coming back. My goodness.
Moving fast.
Most of the huntsmen have used their ammunition, which is a not the best situations. Do I have any more Skullclers here? Skullcler's got to defend the Orc Arrow Boys while these guys run back.
Your spills is strong.
A Brain Burster is actually not very effective against cavalry, but it packs the passive here, which is very important.
Let's do this. Running.
My archers are okay. And I think I have to bring it back.
Green profit. Run, boys.
Running.
Moving fast. Austin.
Let's see here. That was a lot of Empire Cav. I think I'm gonna. I'm in the losing point here. I probably should have brought more squigs in this sort of huntsman sort of matchup.
Moving fast. Running.
I was expecting maybe more Pistolier Cav, I guess. Maybe that was my mistake here. But this stream is for learning Greenskin matchups,
Austin.
because I'm not nearly as versed as I am versus playing as like either the Tomb Kings or the Vampire accounts.
Arrow boys.
I believe I have one pocket of strength left here. Damagabo. Yeah, he's Damagabo still here. Healing cap for the Karl Franz. He's nearing it.
Fast move.
Green profit.
Okay, so I've learned anything is that these missile spells actually hurt so much on casters.
Nasty.
Let's get back here. We're using almost all of our ammunition, and we have no real frontline units left, which is going to be kind of tough because I believe the Sons of Sigmar are still left alive.
Dice can't defeat me.
Let's get my leadership so good old Gaze and Mork doesn't leave here.
Austin.
And at this point, it's just a
Where's he?
arrow fight, with most of our arrows on both sides being used up.
60. Eyes ready.
Wolf Riders.
And that's going to be Army Lasses. Great first game. Oh, God. Greenskins really test your micro. let's see what I did. I think what I did wrong here was mainly I let the huntsmen use all of their ammunition. The great cannon was good, 100 kills. I couldn't get into the back line. I need to take out the goblin wolf riders and bring instead squigs. But then again, the Empire Cav is a really good answer to Empire. Empire Knights are a really good answer to squigs. So would I rather go with a orc boar boy? From what I hear, boar boys are not very good. Oh guys, I'm looking at the chat. Thanks for coming by. It's Rubber Duck. Hey David the White Lizard, how are you doing? And Devanak. It's fine. And you know what? Losing is part of the experience of the matchups. Let's try to get into another Greenskin match. So I think what I would change there is bring some Orc Boar Boy Biggins, especially the Broken Tusk mob, because Empire Knights will lose that, but it's a really good old push and pull when you can expect, what's it called, Demigriff Halberds. Halberds will destroy the Orc Boys. Maybe I should have brought just a more powerful firing line. Yeah, the Wolf Riders. They were running for France for a little too long. Alright. Wazafish. Let's go Greenskins again. Greenskins versus Chaos. No, I am not on beta, mainly because beta has like... See, when I'm playing with friends... Davinaque, sorry about that. Davinaque. But, see, when you're playing with friends, I'm playing with friends specifically on a... Let's go for Azag, because the Chaos don't really have a great air force. Let's go Fate of the Boring, because Fate of the Boring is all you need. Abilities. I do like to bring a Goblin Shaman with no spells or anything. But I do have the Wand of Jet. The thing about Azag is his Winds of Magic regeneration. He uses a lot, and he just doesn't have that much. But again, back to the subject, I'm not on beta mainly because I'm playing some co-op campaigns with friends, and unlike the more versed Total War community, the more casual people stay on the live server, so I can still play. So I'm going to probably have to bring the Warlords, the 8 Peak Loonies here, because I don't want to get terror bombed to hell. And Black Orcs again in this matchup because Chaos is Chaos. Strangely enough, Black Orcs will pretty much win against everything. Even Chosen I've seen, they just deal so much damage. But what I really want to do is I really want to do Double Giant. Let's make it a monster mash. Chaos may bring Forsaken in this matchup. Chaos Spawn rushes are very important here. So actually, I'm going to go with the Biggins along with... You don't need Savage Orc Biggins here. I mean, Savage Orc Air Boys. With the classic 3 there. The Biggins are going to deal with any sort of... I heard it. So the Biggins will deal with the good old-fashioned... What's it called? Any sort of Chaos Spawn play. I've got some archers. I need to actually have a wider build here if I'm going to build something like this with archers. Biggins, Black Orcs are just a tad too expensive, right? So let's have just some good old chaff. Now, do I chevron them up? At 450, I can get a unit of Orc Boys here to defend. So these guys will deal with the Chaos Spawn if he goes for a Chaos Spawn Rush, which are very effective. The Black Orcs deal with super heavy infantry. As long as you have the Giants supported by the Black Orcs, you should be okay. All the money is spent. The Goblins, I'm going to be completely honest, the Orc Air Boys are probably going to have a terrible fate, but you know what? They're kind of the distraction Carnifex, while my Giants are going to deal with anything like Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. And a good old-fashioned Azag the Slaughter. I'm actually happy I spent all my gold. I always have it so there's only like 5 or 10 gold left. The thing about Arachnarok spiders is that they have this really wonky animation. They're so big and wide, right? So if you cycle charge an Arachnarok spider from behind with, I don't know, like a Kolek or something like that, It's really weird. It's kind of like the Dread Saurian. He takes so long to turn around and hit who's ever hitting it behind that usually by that time they get 2 to 3 attack animations off, and it's just like it feels kind of awful. I really thought the Ragnarok Spider would be such a cool unit, and then I used it. I was like, yeah, they're all right. Yeah, I could definitely see Chaos doing an Air Force with the Chaos Lord on a dragon and 2 Exalted Heroes on like the Manticores, but it's just so rare. Like, when was the last time you've actually seen a strong Chaos Air Force with a dragon? I haven't seen a Chaos Dragon since forever. Now, his units are going to be lower than mine, but I'm pretty elite myself at 830 versus 694.
Time for the slaughter.
So let's get everyone.
What you want?
Now, you, Gabo,
Goblin shaman.
you, sir, are just... You're going to stand in a very special place called the edge of the map. And you're going to stay here, and you're going to give me Winds of Magic. As a front line,
Black is the new
let's have the
grey.
front middle here.
This is it. Black is the new grey.
I love Tower of Hoth, too. You know what? No. I have to go for this, you know. Okay, come on. There you go. They'll never find him there. That goblin, as far as I know, he's a sword master of Hoth.
Show us the enemy. Biggins.
Biggins on the right.
Watch out.
You first. Goblins.
Araboys.
Now, my biggest weakness here is not having nasty skulkers. But that's what the giants are for. Let's have my front line grouped up.
Watch out.
In guard mode. And you good old goblin right here. Let's see, how is this going? I'm going against my favorite faction, Chaos. Hopefully I can beat them. So here comes the Chaos spawn with a front line of Chaos Warriors. Wow, how is this possible? Okay, so you're telling me that no one brings the Chaos Dragon, and then the one time I come on over and I'm just like, hey guys, Chaos Dragon. You know what? I do outrun the Chaos Dragon though. I believe the speed is at, what is it, 95 versus my good old-fashioned 110, so I won't be caught anytime soon, but I have to be very careful. I forgot one unit of work, boys. Let's get back here, actually.
Where's the cat?
No, I'm screwing up all my thing.
Do it. Moving fast.
I do see he has a Chaos Chariot. Let's get this guy over here. Let's get these guys charging into here. It's going to be the Biggins. Where's my Biggins? Let's get these giants onto these flanks to hit these guys.
Moving fast.
The war is here.
Alright, he got caught into the good boys. Now,
Show us the enemy.
I'm going to have to deal with the weird spawn eventually. Let's get these arrows into here. The weird spawn should be number 1 target.
Faster.
Long is doing Spirit Leeches on this. Let's pop the wall going right here. Make sure we have a good frontline engagement. We have a good sticking moment right here. Come on, guys. One of the not the Orc Boy chariots, one of the Chaos chariots are already offline. Let's get some more arrows into these weird spawn. Giant dealing the work of the Greenskins. What's this going on? Is this transmutation? I don't want to get hit by that. I am being chased by the Chaos Lord here. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to land, and I'm going to have this giant here support good old Azak. So let's get the other one is here. A Golden Hound, something you don't see very often. How are my archers doing? Good old Blackrook's doing good well against the Chaos Warriors. Come back here. What is the battlefield going on right now? Let's get everybody together. Azag, are you doing okay? You're doing okay. The Chaos Giants are doing their job, screening for Azag, while my backline is getting buffered right here. A good breath attack onto the Giant. The Giants actually don't take as much damage from breath attacks as you'd expect. Now he's chasing off my units with the Chaos Warhounds. Let's see how we're going here. Pretty much the crux of my strategy is going to be all about these Giants right here. Come on. My Biggins are dealing with the Chaos Warhounds. Let's try to run them in like this. Oh yes, Chaos Knights with Lances. My goodness, I do not see that very often. Let's actually Fate of Unit this. Come on. Give me another wanted jet. I'm going to start running. I need a dodge and weave here because these arrows are actually going to be quite dangerous for Azag. Let's get another Spear Lich here. The Giants are doing the work. I'm going to dive in here because I know he's going for that. Come on, Azag, run towards the beautiful side of my good fashioned guys. How's my guys going in the distance? Let's get back here. Back here. Now the Giants are running out of here. Let's try to get some terror routes, actually. I want to get some good old Azag action. My Giants, how are you doing? That's a good breath attack. Come on, guys. Terror out. I believe in you. Another walk. Fantastic. Terror route going off. This is going as planned. Come on, Giants. Let's get another Spirit Lead on the Chaos Knight with Lances. I don't want to actually deal with those guys. Sure, I need to keep Azag along with the Giants. The Giants are the only protection. And I think we're doing all right.
Come on, boys.
My archers are actually kind of coming back online. Let's get George and Lenny on here punching these guys. Where's my units? Do I have something? Yeah, these two units over here. Oh, no, 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 mister. No, 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 no. Get away from me, Mr. Dragon. Oh, okay. Give me one of jet, Goblin.
Let's get stubby!
He's trying to kind of for the terror routes himself. Come on. You know you want to do it. That's the really great thing about... Okay, these Golden Hounds are chasing Giants like tomorrow. Let's get my firing line. Keep on firing at this guy. He's going to go for the picks. He's good to go with that, but I have the Death Star right here. Can I get some more Winds of Magic, Mr. Bagabo? Alright. One of my Giants is actually dangerously low. I'm going to have to be very careful about this. I'm actually going to group these guys together because I'm pretty much keeping them together. Let's try to get a compound on here. Another Spirit Leech for the Dragon Lord. Come on, you're going to have to leave the air eventually. George and Lenny, beat them up. If not, beat up these Chaos Marauders. Who do I have left coming back? Alright, keep with Azag, keep with Azag. Yeah, keep with him, nice. Azag, you gotta dodge those hits. Get a rear charge onto his Chaos Sword. If he starts routing, I'm chasing him off the battlefield, and I think that's going to be our win. What is left? Does he have anything unbreakable? Alrighty. Oh, man. Ooh. That was a fun gameplay. Oh, no. I need to save it. I'll save it out of the thing. Let's see what we did here. My archers, as I expected, got completely and utterly crumped by the Chaos Warrior, Chaos Marauder line. I did deal with the Chaos Chariots, Chaos Lances did a lot of backline damage. Actually, I think the biggest threat were the Marauder Horsemen, dealing so much damage, throwing their axes, but once they ran out of ammo, those giants were pretty much nothing to deal with. The double giant build, the George and Lenny. I guess the George doesn't make as much sense, but I'm going to keep the George and Lenny, one of them being Lenny. Now, the weird spawn was an interesting choice. There would be actually a really good engagement on Black Orcs if you have something like Chosen to support. He engaged them by themselves, so that's not going to be... And of course, I love how the one time I'm like, yeah, Chaos doesn't usually bring an air force. It'll be fine. It turns out he brings a dragon, the one thing that can beat Azog the Slaughter in a 1v1 in the sky. But as long as I kept them near the giants, like they both have chevrons, I should be okay. Now look at those, 113, 73, 88, 22 on them. The goblins did their job, and the 8 peak loonies being unbreakable, doing the job well done. Whew, man, I need to take a drink of my tea after that battle. Straight into the next match we go. Something real quick. Where is my placement in the leaderboards? I've been playing a bit of quick play lately. Where's my leaderboards? For friends. Flying Taco, of course, being the best. I know. Going down. Darth Pendragon, Pacifist Warlord, Central Scusa, Anticity. Every time I fight Anticity, I get like jitters because he's going to shoot me. I'm at 314, at 42. That'll be fine. I could play it. More green skins and a fast match for that. So guys, if you're watching, please do not be shy of the like button, because the like button makes me happy. Green skins versus beastmen. I mean, wood elves now. I actually have a build already for this. I hate you, wood elves. Nope, never mind, he went... Oh, okay. You know what? Avert. I like to bring Azag in this because he's in the sky, and Wolfric is kind of a destructive action. I don't want to deal with this man. I'm going to go for another Night Gobbo for the Winds of Magic, so I can spam those Spear Leeches along with... And do I need a big boss here? I think I am going to go for... big bosses are just never almost used to it. So I'm going to expect Berserkers here. And here's the thing. Defending your back line against a mammoth is probably one of the scariest things I can ever think of. Skin wolves are become a very big thing as well. I'm actually going to go for the Cav build. The Boar Cav build. Do I go Savage? I do not. Famir do magic damage, so I actually don't want to bring these Savage variants. I'm going to have a cheap front line of Orc Boys, but I do like to bring the Unbreakable Goblins, especially against what's going to happen. They're going to smash me. And what will seem to be... I think this is probably one of the few matchups where I should bring the Arachnarok Queen. Because in case of a huge monster match, the Ragnarok Queen can summon the spiders, make sure to apply the poison, I'm going to have a complete and powerful boar force right now. Let's see. The weird thing about quick play is they limit how many Regiment of Renowns you have. So if I do this build, I can't actually bring the good old-fashioned rusty errors. But I don't think actually I totally need them. So let's go with a few Orc Daka. 2 should be fine. And I need a way to bring these guys down. Muck them up, as I say. Is he saying hello? Hello. Now, I would like to say I think this is a Norska favored match. But we are on a Greenskin map, I suppose. But Norska has a tough time. Thanks for waiting. I mean, that's like Greenskins, I believe, have a tough time in this Norska rushdown because they sort of do it better. So I have Orc Air Boys to deal with this. I have the Boars just to deal with all that Skin Wolf pressure on the sides. The Broken Tuskmoth should be able to screen out. Where else should I go? Night Goblin Squig Harbors. I only have 840 left. With that, I think I should just bring some Nasty Skulkers. It's really just... It's never a bad thing to bring Nasty Skulkers. In fact, I might have to cut Night Goblin Shaman here to get another Nasty Skulker. Because I like to have even... If you guys haven't noticed, when I build my armies, I like it very even. Like 3 units. Oh, where'd you go? Come back. Broken Tuskmoth. Alright, 3 units, and then I have the Ragnarok with 4 units, then 2, then 1. I like it makes it so I can have like very symmetrical armies. I hit my mic there a little bit there. With a little bit of gold left, I should have just apparently enough to do these Nasty Skulkers. Or maybe I can do like 1 chevron here, 1 chevron here, and that's less gold wasted. So we've got the Ragnarok Queen. He's going to be the centerpiece, and he cannot be attacked by the Hunter of Champions. We've got the Boar Cav. I'm pretty much going to be using this Boar Cav to screen out Skin Wolves and possibly deal with the Famir, along with the Nasty Skulkers using their Smoke Bomb. I think the biggest issue here is going to be the Regiment of Renowned Mammoth. Let's go. And the Famir Warriors. Ready. GL, have fun. Yes, we have Greenskin Tonia. See, these may look like Borkav, but they're actually Grail Knights. Blessed by Gork himself, or was it Mork? And if my opponent doesn't bring like massive amounts of like Skin Wolves and such like that, I'd be surprised because Skin Wolves are probably one of the best units Norska has available to them. The Bloodpine Woods, though, it is my home turf. Let's see how many mammoths he brings. Oh god, I'm afraid. I don't want to see more than... I think you can technically bring 3 mammoths, and that's only in quick play, obviously. If you play like tournament, that would be ridiculous. I'll definitely try to get a Skarsnik match in there. Not only will I go Skarsnik, I'll pick Crooked Moon. I'll show my opponent what's the business. I do not want to fight in the woods here, specifically because I've got all these guys, but I will fight in towards the middle. What's my number count? I have more units than Norska. That's 615. If that's not a mammoth, I don't know what is.
As I'm ready. Skullmonster.
Where's the cave?
Boys, we're the Green Tide.
Nasty stuck.
Let's group it
Smash
as
it
here.
out.
Nasty stuck.
Ready.
I have a very light line of archers, only 2 units.
Arrow boys.
Let's get my front line grouped up, locked in formation. Get these guys into guard mode.
Ready to mash.
Chaos Tonia. Actually, let me just ungroup these because I made a mistake here.
Boy ribbons.
There you go.
Boys. Arrow boys.
Nasty stuck. Sneakers ready.
They never expect Chaos Tonia. Or not Great Chaos Tonia.
Skullmancer wants to eat. I'm ready.
As by the rules of Rubber Duck of War, if you do leave a like, a puppy is born. Now, I'm not exactly sure if a puppy would be born without the like, but you wouldn't really actually want to test that.
Skullmancer.
That's too much risk, you know? Let's look these up real quick. Alright, let's get ready into this battle. Let's realign my forces. And as that's happening, I see a mammoth. It's Wolfric the Wanderer. It's a feral manticore. We've got skin wolves. Okay, doke. We've got some Norskin ice wolves as well. The front line is very cheap. Are these champions? Never mind. These are champions in the middle. Marauders on the right.
Night is here!
So let's actually get some good... I see you guys.
The slaughter crowd says faster. Run, boys! Shifting! Run, boys!
Get in formations. 6. Let's do this.
Let's fight!
Get 7 out here. Get some arrows onto Wolfric the Wanderer. No, don't get hit by the pirate ship boat. Oh, that's a...
Oh boy, big uns!
Goblins!
Now, I do see there was wolves here. That's why I'm keeping this guy here. The pirate ship is starting.
Let's scrap! Run, boys! Come on in!
I don't actually see... Yeah, some arrows into Wolfric. Let's try to chase off these guys here. Keep these guys here. Where's my boar boys? Let's get them into position.
What's your watch? Faster!
Nasty skunk!
What's he charging into my Ragnarok? Some champions, that's okay.
Smash 'em up!
I got a good charge on the Norskin Ice Wolves over here, was not paying attention there, but let's try to get some good old-fashioned cycle charging with the boar cav.
Nasty skulkers!
Oh boy, big uns! Whoa! Crowd says faster!
I accidentally took Purple Son of Xeris instead of the,
Faster!
let it be known. I accidentally took that.
Crowd says faster! Bring it on!
Ragnarok Spider doing well here. Let's get a Spider Summon here.
Nasty skunk!
Oh, they got terrified real fast.
Faster!
And let me support my good old-fashioned boar cav over there. How's my boar cav doing over here?
Ready, boss!
Let me squish them in with my good old-fashioned... No, you're not leaving, mate.
If God wants it!
Ready!
Where's my other boar cav?
Oh boy, big uns! Wait!
We do it!
Now, my Ragnarok Spider is in Mortal Kombat here with good old Wolfric the Wanderer, but I have great
Goblins!
action here.
Let's dance!
Yeah, my boar cav is doing fantastic here. Let's get some cycle charging on here and get these guys. Another pendulum going off here.
Skullmancer wants to eat! Oh boy, big
Yeah, I scared off those hounds, no problem. Let's get some more cycle charging into these guys. Come on. Let's get this. Oh my god. It's Chaos Tonia. Not Chaos Tonia, it's Greenskin Tonia with the boar riders.
Slashers out! Crowd says faster! Faster!
Let's get good old Azag into this combat as well. Where are my units going? What am I missing? You, come back here.
Moving fast!
Let's get these war boys back into action. Yes, fall.
Boys!
Back here.
Moving fast!
Where's my other boar boys going at?
Please want more! Run, boys! Shifting! Moving fast! Oh boy, big uns! Let's get some!
Let's fight!
My archers have been impeded this entire game, firing everything they need.
Smash!
Let's get these nasty skulkers in here and charge back into the fray. As my broken Tusk-Mob charged. Like, look at this Ragnarok Spider. He's doing the work. Get another summon here. I've completely won the right flank. Let's collapse.
Gonna kill him!
And I think that's going to be a victory. Just for good measure. Just because, you know, I brought you there. Is this saying GG? GG. Oh, he's already shattered. What's left?
Ancestor.
Is it the Brutes of the Hound that's left? Alrighty. The pigs actually did something. I'm so happy. The pigs really just destroyed. I have to see how many kills they got. All those boars. The orc boys did their job dealing with the front line. I have the nasty skulkers stopping, making sure every time the Norskin ice wolves get into them, they're not leaving. Interesting that he didn't go for the orc arrow boys. They did take some damage. I wonder where they took some damage from. But they were shooting at Wolfric the entire game, and orc arrow boys have a lot of armor piercing. And the broken tusk mob along with my orc boys, man, they actually did work. I'm so proud of you boys. I'm crying. I'm tearing up a little bit. Along with the Ragnarok Queen, of course. Yeah, that was pretty fun. I'm surprised he didn't bring the... What is that? There's that one regiment of renown. The Soul Crusher. That one, I played a game against Flying Taco once, playing as Greenskins. He brought the Soul Crusher in, and every time you try to like hurt it, he does that damage resistance proc, and essentially everything you send at him is almost useless. Along with like the Opal Amulet and all that stuff. Taking another drink. Alright, let's keep on the train. But guys, thanks for watching so far. Let's see, let me take a look at the chat. The Knights of Sacred Gork. Or is it Mork? And the puppy is delivered when you unlock unlimited power. Yes, join the dark. Become one with the duck. Duck and dark are just one letter apart. They're very similar. You know what, the next match, it's going to be a Skarsnik match. Let's see if we can find a match real quick. Yeah, that was pretty quick. Alright, Skarsnik, let's get into this. Fury of Cain. No, okay, no, I just, it's the Wood Elves, so let me get Skarsnik. I know this build already. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got your Night Goblin Shaman. You need to get your Gork, will fix it. Let's see here. Where is it? There's the 3. I don't need Fanatics. 1, 2, 3. Let's get some good old-fashioned Doom Divers. Where is the Orc Boy Biggins? I don't need that many. 2 Skaven Spider Riders. What else is there? Nasty Skulkers, can't forget those. Thanks for stopping by, Rubber Duck of War. Remember, guys, if you are not subscribed to him, please do. He always gives me shout-outs, and it makes me happy, so I have to return the favor, or I'll feel terrible. He is a great Total War YouTuber. He does things like Death Before Dishonor. I believe he's doing that right after my stream as well. So whenever my stream is finished, go on over to Rubber Duck of War's channel, say hello, say the Poison Ducky sent him, because we play together a lot. And I'm missing 2 units here. What should I have? Only 28 seconds to decide. It's going to be another Gabo, but I need the Wand of Jet. Let's chevron up these Goblins. And it's going to be another Orc Boy Biggin, I think. Do I have another one? Yeah, there you go. I do like to chevron up my Gabos. Do I have a Prodder? I should have brought the Prodder, but you know what? Let's deal with this Wood Elf kiting. It's either going to be Wood Elf kiting, or it's going to be the rush with all these sorts of like dryads and trees and all that stuff. And that's what the Biggins are for. Biggins don't have armor piercing, but they do really well. And Skarsnik will bring the hurt. I love tea. Every time I do. Drinking tea is fantastic. Hope you guys are liking the stream so far. My machine is not the best of machines, but I was surprised it can run stream, that's for sure, when I tried it out. Sure, everything's going on. Oh, we've got the Crooked Moon. Now this terrain is pretty nice. It's favorable in terms of how... Actually, you know, it's not that favorable. But I would say if I brought anything other than Doom Diver catapults, it would have been kind of annoying. So let's get our defensive formation here. We don't like to deal with Wood Elves. He only brought 539 units. Oh no, oh goodness. How many do I have? I have 1,300. Hello, Mr. Mana Battery. You're going to stay right here. Actually, you don't even have to stay. You can stay all the way in the corner of the map. Here, Mana Battery. Let's get our front line started. I want to take a more right flank approach. You know, that's where the trees are. I rebuke that.
Warlord of 8 peaks! Where's me shrooms?
No, you're staying back there. Sorry, mate. Let's get these Doom Diver catapults into position.
Drink the brew!
Figures!
My nasty skulkers in as well.
Gobbo's rule!
Yeah, Gobbo's rule.
Hey! You
Make sure
first!
everyone is in a nice and... Yeah, it's going to be 5 Way Watchers, but that's what these Forest Goblin... I'm going to use these Forest Goblin Wolf Riders are going to be like the spotter.
Night Goblin Shaman!
And the great thing about having Night Goblin Archers, this is why I bring them only in this matchup, is that they can't be seen until they shoot as well, and they're very cost efficient against Way Watchers, while they may not win. Let's get these here.
Night Goblins!
Alright, Skarsnik, let's do this. Oh, it's a Dryad Rush build! Alright, you guys.
Night's already!
Begin firing. So it's a Dryad Rush build. I have how many Wild Riders in here and many Dryads as well. Get them. Yes, please. I may not be able to see them. Oof. Alright, you know what? I need to bring one of my guys here so I can actually get vision on them. Where are they? No, I accidentally moved you. Sorry. I meant to press you. Now the real question is, can I loop a shell through that? You, sir, are going to have to come to me if we were going by, like, what, tournament rules, but it's quick play. We all know how this is going to go. He's going to stay there. Let me get my Wand of Jet going. Stroke that beautiful rod. If he doesn't start moving, I'm going to start manually firing these goblins from my Doom Diver catapults. Hey there, friend. I see ya.
Warlord of 8 peaks! Like it!
Hi. That's a lot of Wood Elves. Is it a Glady? It's Orion. My goodness. We've got Mel Gibson here.
Not wanted!
I want to try something. Fire! Ah, no, I left it. I'm so sad right now.
kill him!
Please one more.
Is that a Way Watcher? Yeah, that is. Let's get these guys
Where's
repositioned
the
right here.
key? We is gobbos. Going!
Moving fast. Run, boys.
Unfortunately, guys, I think this is going to be one of those grindy matches. You really can't help too much about these.
Running!
That'd be hilarious if they found my... Alright, so good old... Let's shoot these guys down.
Diggins. Shifting.
He is firing at my guys. Let's do Spite of the Bad Moon to get some good old-fashioned missile parry chance.
Oh, show him! Fast move!
Come on, guys. Run back, run back.
Moving fast!
I got caught here, unfortunately. Good micro.
Orders ready! Nasty skulkers! Gotta kill him! Running!
But here comes the good old-fashioned...
Where is cover? Stab him!
Diggins.
Scarsnake! Yes! Good plan!
Bigger.
Doing okay, we're doing
Nasty
okay.
skunks! Wah! Wah! You first!
He's getting good picks on me.
Warlord of 8 peaks! Nasty skunk!
And his Dryads are moving forward. He is taking a lot of damage here, but I need to do this.
Diggins.
Gotta kill him!
Are my goblins back? Yeah, I think he destroyed all of his goblins. No, they're fine.
Nasty skulkers! Shifted!
Good old archer
Archers
fire.
here!
I did a decent hit to
Moving
his
fast!
play.
Flags already! Running!
Moving fast. Run, boys.
Moving fast!
Moving fast.
Try to get these guys back on the field. I need to make sure I keep on firing at these guys, though.
Diggins.
Here's better than this! This saw!
And another there.
Licking it!
Skarsnik, I'm going to have to say you... Where's Orion? I believe you can deal with him.
Gobblergasm! This stinks! Nasty skunk!
Get my archers into these fire.
Diggins.
Warlord of 8 peaks! Let's have him! Drink the brew! Running! Licking
Where's
it!
Skarsnik? Let's get him into the combat against the Branch Wraith.
I have the power!
How are you guys doing against the Wild Hunters? You're doing okay. We can bring this back. Smoke bomb these guys, make sure they can't make it past. Run back these archers.
Running! Where's the key?
Get out, boys.
Come on, lads! Gotta kill him! Doing it! Night Goblin Shaman!
How's my flanks going?
Running! Fast move!
Let's get a gazer more on Ryan. Skarsnik is actually extremely tanking, so he should be okay with this.
Night Goblin
My back line. No, my Biggins. Biggins, you're supposed to deal with the Wild Riders. How does that get destroyed so quickly?
Ready.
Stabbers ready!
My goodness. He really sent me for a loop. Not going for those Way Watcher spams. Skarsnik's doing just fine. How's my units over here?
The green energy is strong!
No, it's not these. Ah, I did a lot of damage to these Wild Hunters. It's just that they kept on coming back, man.
Now for nasty! Goblins! Come on!
I'm not getting good enough catches with the Biggins.
We're the green tide. Let's have some.
Running! Right then! Leading!
Unfortunate. Another Wood Elf victory, my arch nemesis for sure.
It stinks!
I got picked apart. Take a sip of tea. Alright, let's see here. I got just completely destroyed by these Wild Riders. I got smoke bombs and I usually use the combination of smoke bomb plus the Gorkle Fix-It, which reduces their speed quite drastically, combined with the speed deprivation from poison. But maybe I just did not get the right shots in, but Dryads are a really good choice here. Along with Orion, I mean Orion was just he's Mel Gibson, he's great. So 4 Sisters of Thorn and 3 units of Wild Riders along with the Hawk Eyes of Drakira. Man, my front line did not stand a chance. Along my Doom Diver catapults got completely sniped right off the beginning. I usually bring that ability. I'll show you in the custom. Spite of the Mad Moon. Good moon, there you go. I always bring this one that they increase the missile parry chance with my units, but I think I popped it just a tad too late. But regardless, that was a good game. Let's hop into the other one. Yeah, I really don't like way watching. You know, I agree. I think Wood Elves is my least favorite faction to go against. But you know, my opponent did not bring like 5 Way Watchers and like a dragon, a Glady. He brought Orion, Dryads, and a sort of Wild Rider rush build. He did have 1 Way Watcher, I suppose, but that's acceptable. Sheep Eater, huh? So the Vampire Coast is a very kind of, I must say, it's a really, not one-sided, but it's a very simple matchup. Brain Buster. There you go. You just bring a lot of archers. What's this kind of map? The Wasteland. Alright. Vampire Coast is pretty much one of their biggest weakness is archer play. And unless they play specifically against it. I do like to bring Night Goblins in this matchup actually a lot. So I think I'll do that. So I'll bring the Unbreakable because a very big problem here. None of their units actually do magic damage, do they? Unless Sirens. Sirens do. So I'm going to bring normal Orc Boy Biggins because the biggest issue is Morngul play into Night Goblins. And the rest is really just Savage Orc Arrow Boys. Now you bring Savage Orc Arrow Boys over the normal ones from my experience because they can actually fight off Scurvy Dogs, which is kind of amazing. 2 Skulkers because that's just a classic. And you always bring the Rusty Airs just in case they go for a crab build. I'm going to go, I want to bring some Night Goblin, not Goblin, but Goblin Wolf Riders here because of the possibility of bloaty boys. And I don't want to be bloated on. I'll be real fine with I don't want to be bloated on. So the weaknesses to this build against at least the Vampire Coast is that they bring something along the lines of a mortar build, which can be quite an issue, and the possibility of a depth guard kind of rush, which means I think I'll bring 1 unit of Black Orcs. Yeah, Squigs, you know, actually no, I agree with that. I should bring Squigs instead. 1 second. Alright, I think that's going to be the build. Can I chevron you up? There you go. As normal, I'm going to have to protect Wurzag like my life depends on it because it does. The Squig should be able to deal with this. Alrighty, it's a full wall. You're not playing Greenskins unless you have 20 units. Let's be honest, guys. Now, I don't think this is hilly. Oh, mortars work in any terrain at least. So I'm going to... Good suggestion, Mr. David. I completely forgot about Squigs, but Squigs should be able to deal with depth guard as long as they get a good rear charge into them and they can deal some pressure. But archer play, my biggest weakness is scurvy dogs. Because the orcs will kill them, but if he gets too much value out of scurvy dogs, I could lose this very quickly. And hopefully, his scurvy dog, I can deal with the scurvy dogs, make sure if he brings necrofix colossus or crabs, shoot them down, because archers are just a little, maybe it's a little too, I find when I fight the vampire coast it becomes very like one-sided. Can the player deal with archers or not? And if they can, then they can, it's a little too predictable, I suppose. Let me look at the unicons. He has 993. That means I'm expecting he's probably going to have some large units like the rotting Promethean crabs. The, what's that? The regiment around that regenerates can be quite pesky at times. I don't want to take the low ground in this position, so I'm going to deploy over here on the right side. And another reason you bring night goblins is that they cannot be fired on the approach. And a very useful thing a lot of Vampire Coast players will do is actually bring, what are they called, bombers. And as long as I space it correctly, the bombers should not have too much of an issue, at least getting into this line. Now I have to be very careful here of Luther Harkin. Luther Harkin can probably and most likely absolutely destroy me. But that's what the Orc Biggins are for. If they don't get good old terror routed. Got my right line. Gotta make my archers make sure they're in guard mode.
Squig hoppers! Gotta kill him!
And let's make sure. Where's my good old-fashioned? Let's keep Warzak in a group of nasty skulkers.
We is gobos! Stabbers ready!
Arrowboys!
We is better than them! Nasty skunkers!
Warzy!
Keep in formation so they stay together.
Nasty skunkers!
What am I forgetting? Squig uppers.
Squig hoppers!
I need to be careful here. Can he? He can. I'm expecting some scurvy dogs in these woods. It's going to be a little guess, but I'm expecting them. Scurvy dogs? No scurvy dogs. What's he brought? He has cannons, which are okay. They're not mortars. He has got that. He has Silostra. Interesting play. So let's move up. We do not have the cannon play. We're going to have to come to him. And let's get the squig hoppers into the woods.
Moving fast!
I will have the range advantage. He does have the one unit, the Shade Wraiths, which is pretty rare, honestly. It's something I really do not see very often. He's going to bring his halberds and his zombies forward. Does he have? These are normal gunnery mobs. They don't have handguns right now. He's spreading forward, which I like. He should be doing this.
Squig hoppers! Running! You first! The lads are
Alright, Silostra can be an issue. I need to focus fire on this lady.
Stabbers ready!
Alright, fire the arrows. Silostra, you better heal up.
Arrow boys! Here we go! Great Warzy!
Running! Moving fast!
It's okay if they get charged a little bit.
The lads are ready!
Boston!
Let's actually going to use the effigy of the Git here. Make sure you stay still, and I'm just going to fire.
Alright.
Oh my! Where is my other archer here? I'm going to get some fire.
Let's get him.
Silastra, man. Taking some early heats for sure. Now he is moving up the bombers, and I believe that's going to be a spell.
Run, boys. Run, boys.
Is that going to deal any damage? No? Okay. Let's fire at these bombers, make sure they don't get too much value. I do have these goblin squig hoppers. Let's get a good amount of pressure through here. He is going to summon the Lore of the Deep here, and he's going to run out. I'm going to have to run as well. He has good coverage, so I'm actually going to keep him away. Whoa, 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 whoa. Archers, what are you doing?
I'm leaving. Arrow boys.
So the bombers should be dealt with quite standily. Let's get these guys here. He is firing on my guy. How are my Goblin Wolf Riders doing? They're just firing into these guys, getting what little value they can get.
Guns. Run, boys.
Get out the red eye! We go Gotta kill her!
He's getting a little caught out here. Let's get these guys here. I'm pretty much gonna, I may be wasting a little bit of ammunition here. Maybe I should be using, but these gunnery mobs can be quite dangerous. Let's get these guys out of here.
Moving fast!
Where's he? Dial gauge.
Archers, you okay? Alrighty.
We'll do it.
Let's stop this carronade value on here. I have a nice rear charge into these zombie pirates. Let's start the frontal engagement.
Guns. Shifting. Come on in. Where's he? Dig like great prophet. Guns. Moving fast.
Let's get this wall going, boys.
Arrow boys. Run, boys. Whatever. Gonna enjoy this. It's their will.
Foot of Gork, those magical units. Does he realize? Let's see. I don't think he does. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, man. I still don't see any scurvy dogs, which I find quite interesting. Let's make sure these helpers don't get in there.
Moving fast.
Moving fast!
Where's my other squeaky hoppers?
Moving fast!
Oh, his knights errant! Smoke bomb him! I forgot about these guys. Holy cow. She can summon those people. That is true. Got the brain burster over here. No, 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 please. Ooh, you know what? That was a good cast. I just lost some gobos for sure.
Get going!
16. Jumpers ready. Feel my powers.
Let's see if I have. I lost too many archers. My squiggies, are they okay, squiggy boys? Yeah, we're okay.
Shifting.
I think this is going to be a win. My archers, how you guys doing? You're just getting your Wolf Riders skills. Let's get you guys engaged here.
I is invincible. Shifting.
I actually have so many winds of magic left. If I foot a Gork, I'll probably kill more of my friends than anything. I'll chase off Silastra right here. Make sure all archers are firing at this Necrofix Colossus. How are you guys still not gone yet?
running! It stinks!
Doing it!
Nice one! Maybe
You guys will just gonna melee fight this gunner, right? Because you guys have ammo left.
Where's
Alright,
it?
here goes. So,
Goblins!
oh, it's gonna be a GG on this part. That's the thing. You didn't bring any sort of way to deal with archers. I guess the Silostra summon could have done. He did quite a bit of damage, I suppose. But when I play Vampire Coast, I just have such a hard time dealing with that kind of play. The bombers get outranged by archers, and with focus fire, they're dealt with. The carronades just don't do enough damage fast enough. So the Foot of Gork just deleted those Shade Wraith Gunners. That was very fun. But I would say to deal with archer playing as Vampire Coast, you either got to play with crabs, because crabs have so much armor that they take less damage. But unfortunately, I do have the armor sundering Rusty Arrows. And I think mortar play. Mortar play is probably one of the best ways to go with dealing all of these guys. Unless I bring maybe Night Goblins. But Night Goblins, good old Greenskin matchup. I like this matchup against Vampire Coast. Greenskins have a pretty poor record versus the undead, but I think the Vampire Coast is where you can actually thrive. Another drink. Let me look back at chat. Can't wait for game 3. Yeah, absolutely. I really want to be able to play. I want to, you know what I really want them to add? I want them to add something like a 6k gold lord, like Nagash, right? So I should pay, or they should rework Archaon, right? If I pay 6k for a lord, he should be like Dread Saurian levels of powerful. And really just have like a unit that just defends him. I think that would be so fun. Eat the Might of Gork. He didn't respond to the Foot of Gork. It's unfortunate for him. Alright guys, I'm starting to get a little tired. So I think I'll do for 1 or 2 more matches, and then I should be heading off. See if we can, let's get a good match to end the stream off. You can probably hear my voice getting a little cracky. I don't nearly commentate near as much as Mr. Rubber Duck of War. Another shout out to him. Please head to this channel. I believe he should be hosting. Let me check this. Actually, I found a match. After this match, I'll check the Discord, but he should be hosting his Death Before Dishonored tournament relatively soon. MZ Jalen. Alright, let's go. Going for the Greenskins once again. Chaos. Not Chaos. It's Bretonia this time. Now, Bretonia is a very fun matchup, because I like to go double giant against them. Double giant is probably one of the... Let's get that Foot of Gork going. Brain Burster. I really like that. But I think we should go for... Here we go. As another spell. Now, I know for a fact that the front line of the Bretonians will die a terrible death. I don't need that expensive. Now, the real issue here, though, is dealing with all that cav pressure. And guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm very tempted to go with Green Tonia again. I think I will. Green Tonia with a giant to boot. Front line of Orc Boys. I think they'll do just fine. Some Orc Errors to get some nice fire into here. We need some Goblin Cav. I'm going to go with double. Well, let me just pay for that. Big bosses. Now you may see something. Where are your nasty skulkers? Nasty skulkers are needed, right? You don't need them. Chaos. We are the real cavalry faction. 5 units plus the giant. Let's see here. I have just a little bit more gold left, and it kind of annoys me, so I think I'll do this. Take off the slippery. And if I take slippery off on both, actually, is it 60? It's 80. Maybe that would be another spell. My front line is very weak. If he brings foot squares. Take some trolls. Oh no! Okay, goodbye, Giant. It was nice knowing you. Now that fits better cost-wise. Alright, trolls, pigs. Let me chevron these guys up so they don't leave. I know for a fact they will. Let's bring one less archer, actually, and bring some more front line. The Apic Loons should do just fine. $82, huh? 23. There you go. Ready when you are, he screams into the chat. Ready. GL, have fun. Let us see how the Chaos Trolls... I keep on saying Chaos, I play him way too often. How Greenskin Tonia versus Bretonia. Now, if he brings Gotrek, Gotrek can be actually like a legitimate issue here. One spider and some boars? Nah, spider? You don't need a spider. Trolls are going to be it. Although, I'm kind of like thinking where would trolls be useful here? Because they might... I guess they beat Knights of the Realm, which is nice. And they're going to lose terribly to Grail Knights and Hippogriff Riders and Pegasus Knights and Luan Ke. You know, I just don't like trolls as a unit in general the more I think about it. But you know what? They will destroy everything in their path. I see everyone's hopping onto Warhammer. I see Noob for Life. I see Papa Palpatine. Ooh, it's a nice open map. Am I going to get Trebuchet memed today?
They fight! I shout!
Let's have a nice open formation. What's his numbers like? Okay, it's pretty even in numbers. That usually means I'm not expecting foot squires. This is going to be a high micro. Absolutely. I should have brought Biggins, but it's Chaos Tonia. If I was playing this completely seriously, I would have brought a Biggin plus Nasty Skulker build with archers to support a gun line. But Chaos Tonia is too great not to go. I'm going to have two big bosses to defend good old Warzag on foot.
Our boys. Choppers ready.
Our boys.
The war is here.
Oh god, it's been a while since I've used Greenskin Trolls. The only time I actually bring them is against Tomb Kings, oddly enough, even though they do get terror routed. So let's get all of these guys.
Ready? Boys. This is it. More spells is strong.
I'm going to rely very heavily on Effigy to get right here.
Our boys.
If he brings Foot Squires, that could be an issue, but I do have the cycle charging prowess of the Biggins, along with Trolls. No, I don't like... Yeah, there you go. So the one on the right is over there. Alright, he's ready. What is this, an archer build? He has a flying force, is that it? A paladin, King Luan Lian Ke, Grail Guardians. Now, are these are the anti-large variant, anti-infantry variant already. I can deal with that. Men at arms as well. Let us move forward, my friends. In fact, I'll attack. Is that Gotrek? Yes, it is. Alright. No.
Boys, bring it! Shifting. Boys, moving fast. Shifting! Where's me? Where's he?
What am I doing?
Error boys!
Let's get some counter skirmish up with my orc boys. Oh, he's charging in here.
Night Goblin!
Shifting! Austin! Dice
Come on.
target me!
Yeah, let's get these charges in here.
Run, boys!
I get a good cycle charge here. Let's get pop the wall. A little late. Ah, look at this damage. I'm so happy. This is going to hurt some of my guys, but it'll be worth it, I swear. Oh, it was so beautiful.
Let's have it. Run, boys! What you want? Run, boys! Go, Colts!
Get some spider riders in here. Oh no, they got caught by the Grail Guardians. Damn.
Boys! Please want more! Milk City, wait, do it!
Big boss!
How my big boss is
I'm
doing here.
the boss! Rip at their throats!
Where's me? Shifting! Jumper's hat!
Night is here!
He's doing good job spreading his archers out. How is my lines doing here? I'm just going to straight up lose this right here.
Moving
It's
fast!
unfortunate, but it's...
Ready?
Shifting!
Let's get some more chargers into the archers. Let's shut them down.
Boys! Moving fast!
Where are my units going around? Alright.
The bar is here! Special! You're the boss! Ooh, the power!
Let's fight!
Ready,
Let's get some more archer fire in here.
Spells are ready!
Running! Shifting it! I'll do it! Something, alright! Yeah, I'll do it!
More Chaos Tonia! Not Chaos Tonia, but Pig Tonia!
Let's go! Boys! Let's go!
Fantastic.
Go on, in there!
Come back, boys, come back.
Watch ya!
Are those some foot squires? Oh, interesting.
Goblin! Gonna kill him!
Spasso! We're off! They'll get it! It's their will!
Nice.
Eyes ready!
Oh god, destroy them, greenskins!
I'll turn them squiggly!
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat. Let's get them. Okay, I believe in you, big bosses. Big bosses can kill Guanka if you just believe enough.
Bill's time!
I've dealt with the Grail Guardians, I believe, so it's just the leadership. I think Gotrek is in here and left, and he withdraws. Whew. I got 2 good foot of Gorks, 114 kills each. Oh my god. And again, good old-fashioned Greenskin Tonia does win the day. Everybody knows that the boars are much more dangerous than Grail Guardians or Grail Knights. Like, look at these guys. 38 kills, 1 kill on these Grail Guardians. That's like rookie numbers, you know? Did he not have magic? He didn't even bring magic. You know what? Godtrek is a magical person. So, yeah, I guess he counts. Archers were dealt with. Stanley, I think the biggest thing is every time my archers are not dealt with as greenskins, I usually win. And unfortunately, they were not dealt with because they just get way too much value if they just continue firing. They have so much armor piercing. But guys, I think that's a good one to end the stream at. And let me look at the chat, Erasmus guy. Yeah, this wasn't a 24-hour stream, but it was a 1 hour half stream of just playing greenskins. I think I'm going to do this sort of format where I just do a stream where I play only one faction over and over again. We had some good quick plays. I started out with a loss for sure. I remember that. We had some fun games. So guys, leave a like, subscribe if you liked this sort of stream. And if you want to leave a comment, I'll stay in chat for a little bit. What kind of faction would you like me to do next for a sort of stream, play one faction. Today was Greenskin Day. We can do Bretonia Day, Empire Day. Just don't do Wood Elves, please. That will be something I will be very sad about. Do not do Wood Elves Day. Wood Elves Day is not a good day. Hail before the mighty boars. Absolutely. Boars are so good, even though they're really not. Let me look at their combat stacks, actually. Where are they? 62 speed, 27 melee attack, 29 melee defense. That's just so awful. But their bonus versus large and their charge bonus is great. Squigs. Oh God, I really love the cavalry, the light cavalry of the Greenskins. Spider Riders are just MVPs. Night Goblins, Squig Riders. If only the boars were just slightly better. And I really love the archers. If you look at the archer damage here, 6 armor piercing is quite a lot, especially for that. Guys, if you guys have any suggestions, I'll stay in the chat a little bit. Leave a like if you like this sort of stream. Chaos next? Of course. And you know, David, I know you love Chaos, and I love Chaos too. That's a faction I do play a lot more, though, so I can definitely do that, of course. Let me reset the stream, make sure everything's all right in terms of things, and then, you know, I think the one thing I should have used more so of the Greenskins, I didn't use the Black Orcs as well as I should have, because they're supposed to be like the heavy hitters, the chosen of the Greenskins. But when I did bring them, I guess I brought them against the Norska fight that I went okay with. Not Norska, yeah, it was Norska, wasn't it? And they did well. Immune to psychology. I should probably look to be using Black Orcs better. I just don't find any use of Crimson Killers. I think the real MVPs are definitely this 8 Peak Loonies, the Unbreakable Goblins, the Archer lines that the Greenskin Daka they can bring. The Forest Goblin Spider Riders are just insane for 400. They have so much mass and apply poison, along with Giants dealing with 1,500 for the cost. They're fantastic. And overall, I think the Greenskin leadership is fantastic as long as you just keep them alive. Like 90% of the time, if I lost, is because I lose Wurzag or something like that. In general, when I play, not this stream, strangely enough, I did not lose any of my leaders early on in combat, which I'm very happy of, because I almost always do that. But guys, thanks for watching. My name is Poison Ducky. Subscribe if you want more, and I'll catch you guys later.